Albach network with young Europeans throughout Europe. We are talking about the new narrative for Europe, we are talking about European values. What is for you a young European from Ukraine in these difficult times? What is the role of culture that you think it has to play for the future of Europe and also for the peaceful future in your part of Europe?
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me and for covering the Ukrainian issue. It is very, very important for my country these days. And a couple of words to this video. Why is it so interesting and why is it so remarkable? You see, Odessa has been always considered to be a Russian city, just because it is Russian speaking, we have to admit this. But nevertheless, it obviously showed us that it wants to stay the part of Ukraine because it is inhabited of people of different nationalities. Not only Ukrainians live there, but also people who are Russians, Jews, Germans, Greeks, yes, Armenians, and I think that this is the advantage actually of Ukraine. It's not necessary that it's not necessary to be Ukrainian, to be monolith, so to say. Our advantage is in our diversity. Yes, we speak different languages, but still we live in one country and we call ourselves Ukrainians. And for us it is very important to deliver this thought, that there are no two Ukraines. There is no civil war, just because for the civil war we need two parties. But in this case we have just one party which wants to stay united despite being so diverse. I would like to say that I guess a couple of words about young people and what was their impact during these events which took part in Ukraine. Something about 5 months ago, one could say about Ukrainian youth. What is Ukrainian youth? Okay, these are people who, if to compare to the elder generation, who are more educated just because they have access to internet, first of all. To compare to the elder generation, they are less politically active, but they are, or I would say even so, they are politically active, but rather in their special way, poking on the keyboard and making struggles in the internet. This was the image of Ukrainian youth. But then Maidan happened. And the result of Maidan was that every third who died was of age 20 or a little bit more. And I just want to emphasize that one of the objectives of Maidan was namely Europe. People stood for Europe too. It was not only against oligarchs, Yanukovych, but people, we wanted just to take part in creating common European future and not just to gaze through a little hole in a big wall which was erected by our government between Europe and our country. And okay, a lot of things could be told about our young people, that if to compare with other Europeans from Western European countries, that they might not be, I don't know, that they don't speak that good English, maybe they don't look that good, they are not so stylish. But what I know, that they are ready to die for the principles. This is the most powerful message, and it proves once more that Ukraine belongs to Europe. And I saw the presentation about, we also about the 7 objects which are endangered. And you know what I've noticed? When the slide came with churches from Transylvania, I was thinking, before it was announced that it is Transylvania, I was thinking, oh my God,
it's Ukraine.
It's Ukraine, yes, but no, it's Transylvania, picture with churches from Serbia, and I was thinking, and this definitely has to be Ukraine, somewhere in the center of Ukraine. But no, it's Serbia. Or just come to Lviv or Lemberg, you might know it as Lemberg. It's indeed a small Vienna. Come to Czernowitz. It's a small Vienna as well. So for us, it is very important that you keep in mind that Ukraine is not less European. And of course I know, and I would like to, using the occasion, to ask you for the support. I know that all of you represent your country. Each country has its own troubles. Recently I was speaking to a gentleman from Great Britain, and we talked about British problems with Cornwall, for example. Yes, or I don't know, Cyprus, some problems in Balkan states. I do understand. I'm not asking for something big. I'm not asking for grabbing weapons and going protecting Ukraine from Russia, yes, but I'm asking just to talk about us. Don't forget, because when people forget, they make things die. For us it is very important that you... Europa Nostra, right? Europa Nostra. Europa is also Ukrainian, and we are yours. This is the most important message. And the last thing I would like to say about the place where I study. I do my master's as Mrs. Mikhailovich already mentioned. I do my master's in Frankfurt an der Oder. And there I saw one of the most amazing things I have seen in my life. This was a small bridge, just a bridge. But it is a border between two big European countries, and namely Poland and Germany. And something about, how many years ago? 5 years ago, I guess. There was a checkpoint over there, and people couldn't move free. But now, you just stay and look at this masterpiece. People moving free, without any red tape, without any obstacles. And this is really miracle. And they have no fears of each other, because they realize that they share common future, or common history, common reality, and common future. And I see how both folks already, Germans and Polish, benefit from this. So, yes, Europa Nostra, let's stay united and not forget about how it was mentioned also in the media. Let's feel the responsibility for each of us, Europeans. Thank you.
The Albach network with young Europeans